Well, hey, welcome everybody. I am Phoenix Rising Star, and thank you so much for being here today at our Hollow Bones Circle. This is something that we offer free monthly because we firmly believe that healing can be free. And if you want to go deeper than this, then there are ways to go deeper than this. But what this offers you is a chance to apply the meditations from the Hollow Bone of Healing and to show you how you can apply it to just about any topic you can possibly dream of. So we are so excited to have today a new speaker. This is Marie Forrest, who is a new transformational team leader of the Hollow Bone Journey. And she is here to teach us how to give ourselves a metaphysical treatment. I am so excited to have her. I am so excited to have you be a part of this. And welcome, Marie.
Thank you, Phoenix. It's so wonderful to be here. I'm so excited about this and so excited to share my gifts with everyone. And I've been studying metaphysics for so long, since 2009 is when I started into the study of metaphysics. And, it's just been such a help for me to add these principles into whatever meditation or energy work I'm doing. And when I started using it with the hollow bone, it's like, wow, things really started to shift and change and move for me. This past year has been absolutely incredible. And this is my 60th year, my second Saturn return. And I knew that a lot of big things were going to be coming up for me. So I've taken the past 5 years to prepare for this. And taking all the hollow bone training was part of that preparation to really launch myself into the new phase of my life, into my working retirement years. Because I knew I'm not the kind of person to retire and just sit at home on the porch. I need to be busy. I like to be out there doing things and continue to share my gifts and my wisdom with everyone. And it gives me such pleasure to do so. And I'm so happy to see everyone here today. It's a great group here. So I'm going to share a bit about myself with you. I'm just bringing up my screen share here for a minute. Still getting used to this. Here we go. Okay, got to get all my doodads out of the way here. Okay, so let me just tell you a little bit about myself. And I am a hollow bone practitioner and one of the team leaders, and teach the levels 1 through 3. And I just want to share with you that as a result of injury and illness that put an end to my dance career in New York in 1986, I embarked upon a lifelong search into how the power of the mind can heal. And I studied yoga, Reiki, massage, Qigong, Tai Chi, etc., a bunch of other stuff. And that led me to the study of metaphysics, because I found that all these things have a foundation in metaphysics, which in short is a search for and experience of absolute truth in its purest form. And that is divine unconditional love and all that it encompasses. And this search led me to the hollow bone journey, which puts all things metaphysical into practice so that we can manifest that which we once thought impossible into an amazingly possible reality. And I realize that it is through acknowledging that it is divine mind doing all the work, not our ego mind, that we begin to experience true healing. And that true healing doesn't necessarily mean being cured. It means that we have healed in our hearts from the trauma of illness, infirmity, or some other situation. And that we must begin healing the heart and learn to be at peace where we are right now, and accept that. And then physical healing can follow. And so today I'm going to share with you how to connect with your heart center, cultivate a positive, higher mindset to divinely transmute difficult situations, and enhance positive intention by embodying the hollow bone to give yourself a daily metaphysical treatment. Okay, now here we go. Cultivating a positive mindset. So cultivating a positive mindset is more than just thinking positive. It's learning to be positive by embodying the positivity of divine love from within our hearts. because what you believe about yourself and your life is reflected in the attitude you display each day as you engage in daily activities. So if you begrudge your life and you do everything begrudgingly, that's all you're going to continue to receive, because you're putting that out, and that's law of attraction. What you're getting back is that more begrudgery, more dull tasks. And if your day just seems like a task by task tedium, and that's how you view it, then that's how it's going to come back to you continually until you shift that mindset. A negative attitude is brought about by that pessimistic opinion of one's life and life in general. But a positive attitude has a foundation in faith established by the divine love within your heart, which engenders a belief in the inherent goodness in this life. We always look for the spots of sun, look for the goodness. We can go through some terrible times, but there's always what we call the silver lining in the cloud. It's always there. You just have to look for it and know where to look and how. So negative traits, whether hereditary or learned, and by hereditary, I mean there are some behavior patterns that you see from one generation to the next, fears, certain thinking patterns, and those, are inherited through our DNA. They're actually imprinted in our DNA and become cellular memories. And the positive ones we inherit are great, but the negative ones that aren't getting us anywhere are really hard to shift out. A lot of times we don't even know how ingrained it is until somebody shines a light on it, and I managed to do that through meditation and divine sources shining a light on areas where I'm tight or stuck. And then we can clear those out through the hollow bone. And you need to make that clear path in order to really start cultivating that positive mindset. So, if we don't clear out these traits, we won't have that life that we desire. And it is by clearing all of these cellular memories and removing them that success and happiness seemingly becomes automatic. So you all have a purpose in life that you may not have yet realized, and positive traits of your personality may be the key to unlocking the mystery of your own personal lifestyle and destiny in this lifetime. And some people might think, oh, I'm too old to embark on something new, and I was reading a biography on Louise Hay, and she was 60 before she started her publishing company. And that's when she did absolutely amazing things. And here I am at 60, and I'm embarking on a whole new teaching program and embarking on a very high vibrational lifestyle that, I can't imagine living any other way at this point in time. I love what I'm doing. And it doesn't matter what my age is physically, because you're only as old as you are feel in your heart. And I still feel like I have the vim and vigor of a 20-year-old. And so I just have to be kind and compassionate with this body, and the body will keep up. So we need to accentuate the positive by transmuting the negative. And that said, we're going to learn how to retrain our brains towards positivity, which is a process that in energy psychology is called neuroplasticity. And that's becoming kind of a buzzword these days. I don't know if any of you have heard about neuroplasticity, but we'll talk about that a little more as we go along. So how to write a positive affirmation. Well, the first thing, and before I get going here, anybody, if you want to take screenshots of this as we go along, because at the end, we're going to write our affirmations, and you might want to refer back to some of this. So go ahead and take screenshots, and you will get a PDF of this at the very end that Phoenix will send out. So first, we acknowledge the divine within. So the first part of the affirmation is the power of the divine within my heart. And then you state, what is it reinforcing? And we always reinforce the positive. It allows me to be relaxed and poised in every cell of my mind and body. And then we want to affirm the sustainability of the positive result. And we state that through every situation that life brings my way. And that's one thing. I started out doing positive affirmations to build my massage practice and following Louise Hay's teachings. And everything would be going great and fine. I was booked 3 months out with clients, and then something shifted in my life. Something came into my life that distracted me, and I stopped doing my morning affirmations. And I didn't even think about it because I thought, hey, everything's going good. I don't need to do this anymore. Well, wrong, because once you stop doing that, then your brain starts sinking back into the old negative mindsets, because the pressures of life in this dualistic world tends to turn us towards the fatalistic thinking rather than the optimistic thinking. So it is important to maintain a daily practice to keep your brain toned up. It's like all of a sudden you've developed this spiritual muscle, and then you decide you're going to stop going to the spiritual gym. Well, of course, that muscle's going to get flabby again. So you got to keep toning it. And it only takes a little bit, 5-10 minutes a day, doing a meditation and to connect with that divine within, and just practicing that so that it becomes a habit, a positive habit. So here we have a list of negative traits and positive traits. And that affirmation we just read is speaking to the negative trait of being high-strung, intense. And we want to then look at an affirmation that talks about being relaxed and poised. So the power of divine mind within my heart, the acknowledgement of divine, is reinforcing that it allows me to be relaxed and poised in every cell of my body, and affirming sustainability in every situation that life brings my way. So we move down to insecurity, and the flip side of that is confidence. So we write an affirmation about confidence. The power of divine within my heart, acknowledging the divine within. And then we reinforce that it's exuding confidence in every cell of my being and sustains it now and always. Moving on to the over-analytical mind. The opposite of that would be the intuitive mind, the free-thinking mind. And so we state and acknowledge the divine with the divine mind within my heart, and reinforce that it is an intuitive channel that directs me towards success and happiness in universal time, right here, right now, and always to sustain it. And universal time is really important because we might put our intentions out there and nothing's happening. And then we start worrying, and then we start doubting, and then we cut off that flow. But instead of cutting that flow, doing something like this daily and repeating this affirmation daily is going to keep those positive channels open, because we have to wait for the universe to bring all the people, places, and things together to make our intentions possible, to manifest them to the highest level possible. So if we try to push the issue too fast, too soon, we'll get a result, but it won't be the highest and best result. It might be an okay result, and we don't want that. We want the highest and best. So moving on to procrastination, the opposite of that is efficiency. So we acknowledge the divine by stating the power of divine love within my heart, and it's reinforcing that it efficiently uses my time for happy and successful endeavors, and it sustains it every moment of every day. And I say happy and successful endeavors. I mean, we might be going to our job and we have tasks to do that are kind of boring or don't seem so great, but it's all in your mindset. You can make it fun. You can make doing the dishes fun, and just connect with that divine source within your heart as you're doing your daily tasks, and put that smile on your face, and you'll begin enjoying accomplishing those tasks and seeing your to-do lists getting checked off and seeing your clean desk at the end of the day. Doesn't that feel great when you can go home and your desk is clean and you aren't carrying all that work home with you? So that efficiency has its own rewards. And now we're moving on to poor communication, and the opposite of that is effective communication. And a lot of people struggle with that, especially if you're speaking in front of groups. I mean, I remember probably 20 years ago, and our MC for a conference fell ill, and they were looking to me to stand up on the stage and be the MC. And at that point, it's like, oh, no, no, you're not putting me in front of that many people. And so, another colleague did it. And then I started thinking to myself, it's like, Marie, it's like you've been on the stage, you've performed and all of that. Why are you having a problem speaking in front of people? So I started back with the affirmations and started working with myself. So the next time I was able to do it, and I was perfectly comfortable up there in front of people. And so the affirmation is to acknowledge the divine within. It is the power of divine love within my heart. And I affirm that it speaks through me with words of wisdom and loving kindness and sustains it for each situation I encounter today and every day. And now we move on to pessimism, and the opposite of that is optimism. So we'll write an affirmation speaking to an optimistic outlook, acknowledging the divine within my heart and reinforcing that it is a powerful, positive presence that manifests optimistic thoughts into positive action and sustains it right here, right now, and always. And another thing I do, the key words you see I have in all caps, and that's an important thing to do too. State that optimistic action in capital letters, the key words, because that's what your brain is going to pick up on and really imprint those powerful positive presence and manifest optimistic thoughts and positive action. That helps to reinforce that in your neural pathways a lot quicker, a lot faster, and it'll stay there a lot longer. And moving on to the next slides. First, I want to say, any of you find that any of these affirmations I've written speak to you, you can certainly use any of them for today, or if you need to tweak them to, fit your needs a little better, that's fine. Take any part of them. You could take 2 different affirmations and stick them together, however you want to work them, weave them together for your highest and best. We'll do that when we're finished here. But take notes, take pictures with your phone or write in your notes app. Okay, moving on to loneliness. And the opposite of loneliness is feeling fulfilled, because loneliness doesn't happen when you're alone, because there's people who are alone and feel fulfilled. And yet there are people in relationships who feel lonely. And loneliness is that emptiness within. And what we want to do is fill that up. And when you're not feeling fulfilled, you lose that spark of life. You lose that interest in the relationship, or that interest in the job, or the interest in whatever it is you're doing that doesn't seem to fulfill you anymore. But we are responsible for our own happiness and our own fulfillment. So going within to that sacred space within your heart is where you're actually meeting your own divine self, and you are making friends with your own divine self and finding fulfillment from within you wholly. So the divine love within my heart, and it reinforces that it fulfills me with loving kindness right here, right now, and sustains it in all directions of time. And it's that loving kindness that we're really looking for. The partner who's closed off emotionally, and maybe they're not fulfilled, and maybe there's something they need and they're protecting their heart for some reason. And you're on the outside wanting to receive that loving kindness. Well, the only way to receive that is to start giving loving kindness first to yourself, and then you fill yourself up with loving kindness. You start broadcasting that out to the world, to everyone around you, and other people start feeling good when they're around you. Oh, you just always seem to be so content with yourself. You're just such a loving person. Oh, you always do and say the kindest things. You just start being that loving kindness, and people are going to be attracted to you. Your partner suddenly, drops their guard and opens their heart to you because they see a difference in you and they want that. They're like, well, how did you do that? And other people will want to know, how do you manage to remain so calm and kind and loving in all situations? And it's because of this daily practice of opening to the divine within your heart, making friends with your own self, divine self from within, and cultivating that loving kindness from within. And basically, that's what all of these affirmations are doing, is cultivating that relationship with our inner self at different levels and strengthening that. And then we're training the brain, the neural pathways in the brains to start thinking in that optimistic manner. And with the hollow bone, what we're going to do is heal those negative pathways and help those diminish, just transmute them back to their original state of divine light and love. So then all we have are these positive neural pathways that we're cultivating and training so we can connect better and faster and at a higher level with the divine. And that's when we start seeing fast results. The universe can turn things around for us in an instant when we have our brain and our ego mind attuned to our higher self and the universal consciousness. And then we're getting a very strong stream of truthful information. And now moving on to, and that's where we talk about doubt and trust. It seems very challenging because a lot of people doubt themselves, doubt their abilities, doubt that what they're hearing is really true, you know. So using the affirmations to strengthen the positive intentions, the power of the divine love within my heart, reinforces that it's strengthening my trust in divine timing to manifest my intentions for optimal success and sustaining it right now and always. And so we can really turn things around with an affirmation like that. It's that level of trust and knowing that intuition isn't a bunch of frou-frou. I mean, it is really, I think, a greater reality than anything you experience outside yourself, than any talking head can tell you. You're going to know the truth from within much stronger and more steadfastly than anything outside yourself you could search for. And moving on to insecurity. And of course, the opposite of insecurity is confidence. So we acknowledge the divine of the power of divine love within my heart and reinforces it that it exudes confidence in every cell of my being, and it is sustained now and always. And then I have here a general affirmation. If you wake up some morning and you just feel like, oh, everything's going great, maybe I don't need to do anything today. Well, wrong. It is good to stay on that path. Once you start on a good path, just like if you start on an exercise program, you're going to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You don't want to, taking a day off every now and then is fine, but you don't want to get in the habit of skipping days, because then, you'll start feeling that the vibrational level in your energy field is going down just a little notch, maybe not that noticeable, but you take enough days off from it, and then you start going down further and further. Which is okay. That happens sometimes, because then when you go back to it, you'll find you can build back up a lot faster than you did the first time around. And each time you go up and down, just like we do. Yeah, you're on a great exercise program and then you quit for a little while, you get something gets you off your game, and then you get back into it. And it's like, hey, those muscles are taken to this weightlifting a lot faster than they did the first time, and so it goes up and down, and that's okay. You haven't failed because you've stopped suddenly, but know that you're going to get back to it. And when you do, you can pick up where you left off. So this general affirmation is what I would do when I'm waking up feeling good, and I just want to reaffirm everything that's good in my life. Let's reaffirm it and keep it at that high vibrational level or raise it up even higher. And so I acknowledge that the power of divine love within my heart reinforces that it works with me and through me with loving kindness. And it sustains that right here, right now, in all directions of time and space. And that last phrase basically means, all levels of your energy field, all levels of existence, parallel existences, past life existences, future life possibilities. We are exuding this loving kindness and acknowledging that the divine works through us at all of these different levels. Okay, are there any questions here? I'll take some questions before we write our affirmations. Let me see here. Got to get my screen back up. Yeah, you could just put them in the chat. Let me trying to bring my oh, I don't have my full screen up here. Just
That's
give me a
okay. I
minute.
think, if
Yeah.
somebody puts anything in the chat, it will pop up at the bottom of your screen, I think.
Okay. All
And
right.
so you'll be able to still see that, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
Or people can just unmute themselves too if they have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Okay. All right. Well, if there are no questions at the moment, let's take 5 minutes to write our own affirmation, or as I said, you can adapt one that has been provided. And I'm going to go back to the beginning here. So you have 3 components: that you acknowledge the divine within, the power of the divine within my heart, and then whatever issue you want to address, think of the opposite of that. Think of the flip side of the coin and write to the flip side of the coin. Right. What is the positive result? How is your life going to look as a result of clearing this issue? And write the affirmation to that. And then you affirm the sustainability, that it's occurring through every situation that life brings my way, or right here, right now, and always, or right here, right now, in all directions of time, some kind of ending like that to say, affirm that this is sustainable. This is something I'm going to, a goal I'm going to meet each and every day, and every moment of every day. I will be exuding this confidence, this affirmation. You basically want to be the affirmation, be the change you want to see in the world. And I'm just going to move down the slides here in case there's something. And if anybody wants me to back up, just let me know.
Just wanted you to know that in the chat, Fran says that these are great reminders, and thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm so glad. Yes, I know they may seem like basic things, but it's like, oh yeah, yeah, I guess I do let that nag me sometimes, and this over here. Oh, let me see here. Okay, we have about 3 more minutes.
Okay, I'm getting thumbs up, so I think we are probably ready.
Okay. All right, let me stop the screen share here. If I can first, there we go. Okay, great. All right, so we're going to go into the meditation and we'll start with a clearing, go into the hollow bone and go into a clearing to clear out any cellular memories that are ready to be released at this time, because we want to have a clear slate before we imprint this positive affirmation into our mind and our energy field. And, oh, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, yes, keep your affirmations handy. So if you have it written on a piece of paper or on the notes on your phone, just keep that handy, because halfway through the meditation, we're going to refer to that. You'll need to be able to pick it up and read it. So just keep it there, and that's fine. So let's turn off our videos so that there are no distractions. And okay. And then just find a comfortable place to recline, keeping your back straight, your neck straight and supported. That's good. And now begin breathing deeply and evenly at a rate that works for you. Observe your abdomen and chest rising and falling with each breath. Pause your breath for a moment at the top of the inhalation and again at the bottom of the exhalation. And just observe your body beginning to relax. And as it does, turn your mind away from the outer world and focus on the inner world of your heart, where divine love lives. Oh, that's good. And now visualize within your heart a beautiful garden full of flowers in bud, ready to bloom. And now focus on the buds of the flowers, flowers that bring you love and joy. And as you breathe into your heart, visualize the buds opening up just a little bit. And then with the next breath, they open a little bit more. And then a little bit more. And a little bit more. Until they've opened fully, showing the glory of their beautiful petals and exude the essence of divine love. Allow this divine essence to flow throughout your body, touching every cell in your body, surrounding every cell in a cocoon of divine light and love. Feel it releasing, soothing, and relaxing any and all tension. Allowing your body to go loose and limp. Loose and limp. Completely relaxed. Wrapped in a cocoon of divine light and love. And when you feel that every cell in your body has been touched by the essence of divine love, allow it to overflow the boundaries of your body and move into the physical layer of your energy field, about a foot out from your body, touching and healing issues in the physical plane. Transmuting them back to their original state of divine light and love. Excellent. And once every cell in this layer has been touched by love, allow it to spill over into the emotional layer of your energy field, about 2 feet out from your body, touching and healing emotional issues and emotional reactions to stressors that are no longer serving you. Transmuting them back to their original state of divine light and love. Well, that's beautiful, everyone. And when you're ready now, allow the essence of divine love to flow into the mental layer of your energy field, about 3 feet out from your body, clearing old thought patterns and behaviors that are no longer serving you, surrounding them in love and transmuting them back into their original state of divine love and light. And now feel your body getting a little lighter and looser and more relaxed. As the angels transmute the negativity in these layers back to their original state of divine light and love. And finally, we're moving on to the spiritual layer. Allow divine love to flow into the spiritual layer of your energy field, at least 4 feet out from your body or more, touching and loving away issues from the past and from past lives that have been blocking you from manifesting that which is for your highest and best in this life. Transmuting them back into their original state of divine light and love. Lightening your body, lightening your load, releasing that old baggage. Feeling yourself afloat on the field of divine light and love. And now allow deep feelings of peace, love, and light to wash over you and through you, increasing the intensity of divine love in every cell, every layer, in all directions of time and space. And now our vibrational level is high enough that we are surrounded by angels and spirit guides, supporting us with their unconditional love and light. And when you are ready, you may invite the angel or spirit guide that is right for you to stand in front of you. You may see them in your mind's eye as a translucent image or a beam of light, or you may sense them and feel tingles or buzzing down your spine and arms. Or maybe you smell a comforting fragrance, or just have that inner knowing that they are there. However you perceive them, it's all good. And once you acknowledge them standing in front of you, begin sending divine love and gratitude from your heart to theirs. Sending as much love as you can. Filling them up to overflowing with love and gratitude. And then, when you are ready, begin receiving love from their heart in return. Feel it coming back to you 10 times the power of what you sent. Just feel the intensity of that love wash over you and through you. And then send it back out to your angel or spirit helper in a comforting, reciprocal wave of divine love and light. Just allow this exchange to continue for a few more moments. That's absolutely beautiful, everyone. Everybody's glowing. Your auras are so bright and shiny as you are now perfectly balanced between heaven and earth, floating on the field of divine angelic love and light. And now, if you don't remember your affirmation, you may open your eyes just enough to read it, then close your eyes again and see it in your mind's eye. You might need to do this a few times to fully imprint your affirmation in your mind. And now, ask your angel or spirit helper if this affirmation is the highest and best intention for you today. If they affirm, you will experience an inner knowing or feel a touch of approval or some other form of confirmation from them, however you best perceive it. If your spirit helper offers something different, you may see or hear a word, you might have an inner knowing or feeling, you might see images, or you might receive something in a different way, whatever is best for you. Or you might not get anything right away, and that's okay too. Simply focus on the experience and absorb the love. Because whatever you experience, it is all good for your highest and best in this moment. And I'll give you another moment to commune with your angel or spirit helper. And now, view the affirmation in your mind's eye again, or the updated one if you received an update. Feel it and know it in your heart to be true. See it as already come to pass, so that it is a positive imprint you can take forward with you to uplift and inspire you from this day forward in all that you do. And now take another moment to allow your body to begin integrating the affirmation. And this integration can continue for the next 24 to 48 hours. So just be mindful of any thoughts, images, or feelings that come your way in the next 24 to 48 hours. You might receive some new insights from your angel or spirit guide. And now, let us send love and gratitude to the divine realm and all the angels and spirit helpers who showed up today to help us. We see that it is so, and so it is. Okay, and now it's time to gently release your connection with your angel or spirit helper. They are moving away returning to their divine abode. And when you are ready, you can come back into your body, back into your room, and take a few moments to take notes, and if necessary, adapt your affirmation to align with what you experienced. And when you are ready, you may ground yourself by placing your right hand on your left knee and your left hand on your right knee. And then you can turn on your videos. And if you choose, you may share what you experience and just unmute to do so. Okay.
Marie, there's a question in the chat about if this is a chance, an invitation to share at this time.
Yes, if you'd like to share, please do. You can share through the chat or unmute yourself and speak directly.
Hi, this is Ben.
Hi, Ben.
I just wanted to share my body's buzzing now.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
of course, I expected there to be a positive experience, but I think once uh, you guided us to receive the energy from the like spirit guides and angels.
Yeah, when you were doing the heart-to-heart exchange.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure I was ready for all the energy
that
that
was,
came. That was,
oh, yeah,
it
it is
was,
quite the blast, especially when they magnify it like that. But yeah, I should have mentioned this, is that if it's too much of a buzz for you, you can just tell them, hey, tone it down a little bit, turn down the knob.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too much,
Yeah,
but it was surprising. I'm pretty sensitive, so that
yeah.
was like that was
But
a
wasn't it? That is just the greatest rush, though.
yes, it is.
Better
That's
than a
what I
roller
want.
coaster ride.
That's what I wanted to share. So
Oh,
thanks.
wonderful. Thanks for sharing that, Ben. Much appreciated. Okay. Are we waiting for anyone else here? We're waiting for a few more to come back here. Oh, and here Fran is sharing that divine love in my heart keeps my body functioning well without pain. I walk easily. And that's so beautiful. Isn't that true? Because when you embody that divine love in your heart and you spread that throughout your whole body, and the walking, we call that chi walking. In Qigong, I learned that. And you're just kind of making a ball of that love between your palms. And as your arms are moving back and forth as you're walking, you're massaging your energy field with that divine love as it flows out your heart and down your arms and out your palms. That's a beautiful thing to do.
I like the follow-up that you're showing on the screen right now, Marie.
Okay. I don't know
That's
if
really,
I was waiting for everyone to be back, but
they can always add in.
yeah, I
Mhm.
can, it'll be in the replay and you'll get the PDF. So to keep the love flowing, keep your affirmation written in a notes app on your phone, which is really handy, where you can easily access it several times a day to continue training your brain. Um, or you can record the affirmation into your phone, saying it meaningfully 3 times. I give pause to each word, and I'm embodying each word as I'm saying it, and say that 3 times to address body, mind, and soul. And then replay it during your morning meditation or several times throughout the day. Whenever you feel a tension or something trying to work its way in, just play that meditation and just say that to yourself 3 times. And with each saying, feel your body relaxing and releasing and letting go of whatever that tension was. You can put some post-it notes on your nightstand or the bathroom mirror, on the fridge or kitchen cupboard, or even the dashboard in your car. People who struggle with, even if they don't have road rage, who have to deal with other people's road rage around them. And then putting that calming affirmation on the dashboard in your car is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I actually find that the crazy drivers avoid me. They go around me. So let me go to the next slide here. And when you notice your note, yes, I already said that one, to say it 3 times, because that continues training your brain at all levels of your energy field. And in this way, you are transmuting the negative neural pathways and accentuating the new positive neural pathways that we are developing in the brain. And when they're just developing, that's why it's so important to do this on a daily basis, to really imprint those new neural pathways. And the meditation itself in the hollow bone is transmuting and clearing away any negative neural pathways. So at some point, your knee-jerk reaction to a stressful situation is not going to be that old cringy pattern where you get all grumpy or defensive. It's going to be the new pattern of exuding compassion, loving kindness, and understanding, and rising above the situation and seeing the clearest and kindest way through. And that'll become your go-to state of being no matter what comes your way. So this daily practice teaches the brain and ego mind to be open to and to trust in the divine higher consciousness within your heart, which is the seat of your soul. And let me see, there's some more in the chat here. Okay, are there any other questions? Well, thank you everybody for coming today. This was absolutely beautiful. I really enjoyed sharing this with you. I love to share the light and the love and the hollow bone.
Thank you so much, Marie. This was really informative and so helpful.
Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and I can tell from people's reactions how much they got from this today too. And
Yeah.
what I love about this is that you've presented ways to continue helping people beyond just what we're doing today so that they can do this for themselves.
Yes, because I love adding the affirmations into my practice so that my clients are walking away with something they can do because that's self-empowering and they feel like they have some say in their future, say in how their life is going to unfold, and a say in their healing process. And that's huge, is that faith factor. Having faith in yourself and faith in your body to heal is extremely important.
Absolutely.
Even the regular medical profession acknowledges that. At the Mayo Clinic, they talk about the faith factor in healing.
Mhm.
Because why would some treatment work so well for somebody and another person with the same thing, it doesn't help at all? And they realize there's the faith factor there. And if the other person was really fearful of it and was imagining that they're going to get all the worst side effects, and they do, because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, what you put out is what you get in return. But the other person who just saw this as divine work and divine essence going into their body, and the treatment is touching, if even if it's chemotherapy, they're visualizing that as divine love touching every cell in their body and healing every cell and healing only what needs to be healed and leaving what doesn't need healing alone to
Mhm.
minimize the possibility of side effects. And their side effects are very nominal. They don't have, some didn't have the hair falling out. The nausea was nominal. They still had an appetite through it all, which is unusual. But because they had that faith in what was happening and just saw this as part of the divine process, that the divine made this treatment possible, that, you know, and they're accepting that and embodying it and seeing it as a positive thing.
Oh. You have a question here. Before you go, can you give a clear explanation of what the hollow bone actually is? I'll just turn that over to you, Marie.
Okay. The hollow bone is a state of being. So we are connecting to the divine, and we are actually becoming a small universe in and of ourselves. We're becoming that divine universe. And the void of creation, because as we connect with the source of all that is what is coming into us. And the angels and spirit guides are just the messengers of that source helping us. And because they're closer to us, can get closer to us in our vibrational level, we can understand their messages a little better than if we were trying to talk directly to source, to the great void. But it's the power of that void that's coming through us. And we literally are like a hollow bone. If you've seen like a large, long bone that's the marrow's been hollowed out, that's what we're being like, just like a whistle in that divine source energy is coming through us. And that's why with this healing work, you don't have to have the hand positions of Reiki and IET or Qigong, where we're using sword fingers to cut out the darkened areas and pulling them out. No, divine source comes in and just does all the work. And the angels and spirit guides, as their messengers, come through your hollow bone, your center, or pranic channel is another word for it. In Ayurveda, we talk about pranic healing, and you're being that channel for source, for prana to come through. And they're going and doing the work, and I'll see what they're doing. And I'll describe to the client, well, Metatron's over here and he's doing this with some sacred geometry. Oh, and Ariel's over here working on your heart, and this is what she's doing. And I'm just seeing what they're doing and relaying what they're doing. And any messages, sometimes they'll have a past life experience that they're clearing that they want the client to know about. And then they'll tell me about it and instruct me to relay that. So you're just being the channel. So it is very much like direct channeling, except we're channeling for the purpose of healing.
Thank you. I just
You're
had put
welcome.
the website in the chat too, the
Oh,
hollowbone website where you can read more about it. But Marie gave you a very explicit description of the hollow bone. And yes, I would say in its simplest form, it's being a channel for the divine or for source energy in whatever way that that comes through you. And of course, there's a little bit more to it than that, but it's about just allowing source energy to come through us. And when we do that, our life begins to change dramatically because you fast learn that anything is possible, anything and everything. So,
It's
because source has no limits, right?
that's right.
Mhm. Glad you asked. Thank you so much, everybody. Wow, this was so great to have you all here, and everybody just stayed on, and it was fascinating and enlightening and empowering. And thank you, Marie. You just did a
You're
wonderful
very
job.
welcome. It was a pleasure to be here and a pleasure to share.
Thank
So
you. Thank you and thank you. And we will see you guys maybe next month or in whatever month the topic appeals to you. So, but this will be going on for at least another year. So thank you, everyone, and have a
thank you.
blessed rest of your day with your
Namaste.
affirmations. Namaste.